This video is sponsored by Metacast Group. Metacast Group connects companies with creators in the NFT industry through a network of industry-specific platforms that have passionate audiences of NFT and metaverse enthusiasts. Hear or see your ads on platforms just like this to amplify your reach, connect with your target audience, promote your project, and convert views into action. Take the first step towards broadcasting your message across the metaverse by contacting www.metacastgroup.com. Thanks for the sponsorship.
Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So the news today is about the new game from Animoca Brands called REVV Racing. So as the name suggests, this is part of its sort of a REVV Motorsports ecosystem. So REVV is the token that kind of underpins all these games. This is currently the fourth game that's kind of part of this. So we have F1 Delta Time live on the Ethereum blockchain. We have MotoGP, which is going to be live on the Flow blockchain. It's just done did an NFT sale a couple of months ago. We have a Formula E game, not quite sure where that one's going. And now we have REVV Racing, which is going on the POLYGON blockchain. So the public alpha is going live on the 11th of August. And there will be a racing event with prizes worth $150,000. Probably that will be in the REVV token, I would think. REVV Racing is a arcade simulation racing car game being built on Polygon blockchain, what we used to call Matic. And kicking this off, what's interesting about this is how Animoca Brands will be distributing NFTs effectively. So because it's part of the REVV ecosystem and sort of uses the same REVV token, they're using the REVV token as sort of a distribution mechanism, platform, I suppose, not really a platform, but a mechanism for the distribution of NFTs. So this is the interesting bit here. REVV holders will get a free car. Now, often with these sort of airdrops, they look at wallet, take a kind of a what they call it, like a timestamp of wallets, previous to making the announcement. So they basically look to see in the past, and then they say what's going to happen. In this case, they're saying telling us they're going to take going to look at wallets on the 16th of July. So this is obviously, unless you're watching the video after the 16th of July, the video is being done on the 9th of July. So you basically have a week to go and buy REVV tokens if you want to sort of become part of this airdrop. So if you have at least 8,000 REVV tokens in your wallet, you will get one free REVV Racing car NFT. If you have 12,000, you'll get another car, and if you have 20,000, you'll get 3 cars, up to a maximum of 3 NFTs per wallet. So if you were very interested in this, you might want to be sort of building up your MetaMask wallets with REVV tokens. Obviously this is a way of sort of encouraging people who are already part of the REVV ecosystem, maybe have played F1 Delta Time, or just sort of been buying the REVV tokens. There's been various reasons why you might want to have bought the REVV tokens in the past if you're playing F1 Delta Time, obviously, but equally there's been like kind of sand. There's been sort of liquidity pools with the sandbox sand token as well, and there's been various rewards you could have through having the REVV token. So there's been sort of multiple reasons to own REVV token, and now here's another one. So it will be interesting that you can get these NFTs basically for free. So the airdrop will take place on the 23rd of July, and you have to have you have to hold them in a wallet that can be connected to the Polygon network and can be detected by Etherscan. So I'm probably guessing that if you're holding REVV in a exchange wallet, that probably won't work. So if you're holding REVV, I don't actually know what exchanges support REVV. Let's say if you were holding it in Binance, if Binance supported it, they probably wouldn't airdrop. It wouldn't be an airdrop an NFT to your Binance wallet. So you have to have this in a custodial wallet where you have the keys. So something like MetaMask would be fine. I guess something like kind of Arcane, or what they call now Vently, probably be okay. Those sort of wallets would be the ones to hold your REVV in. MetaMask is the one I guess most people use. So that's what's going to happen. And then from the 11th of August, you will have these NFTs and you will obviously require an NFT to play. I guess when people are airdrop these NFTs will then go on to marketplaces like OpenSea. So if you don't get one as the airdrop, you could obviously go out and buy one. Assuming people are selling them, I'm sure they will be. So you could do that. That's another way of getting them. You compete for the fastest track times in your car. You can use a first-person or a third-person view on that, and you have control. So unlike the F1 Delta time, where you sort of had a sort of top-down view, this is more like you'd expect with a kind of Gran Turismo or whatever, Forza Motorsport, whatever, that sort of racing game. So top prizes here are 12,000 for the first place, 9,000 for the second place, 4,500 for third, 1,000 prices for grabs. All prices are paid out in REV tokens, obviously. So Animoca Brands owns the REV token. They've got loads of REV tokens sitting around there waiting to be used. So you're getting it in the token kind of price rather than dollars, but obviously you can sell it if you want to. There will be other, because Animoca Brands is involved with lots of kind of different projects. That's another way for them to sort of kind of populate this game. So there's other ways of earning these car NFTs. So if you are, if you have the Sand token, the Gamey token, the Tower token, the Limpo token, or the Super Farm token, these are all different sort of projects that are run by Animoca Brands owned companies. There will also be staking kind of mechanics there, so liquidity basically. So you'll be putting in. I don't know actually, would it be sort of REV? I think certainly for the sandbox in the past we've had liquidity pool prizes where you stake REV and Sand together. So I guess that would probably be what would be going on there. And if you hold Ninja sticker NFTs and CoinGecko REV event NFTs, you will also get an airdrop. So I'm not quite sure what those ones are myself, but anyway. So basically they're sort of giving out these sort of NFTs. Certainly these level 1 NFTs pretty openly to get people into the game, obviously, and then I guess we'll sort of there will be other cars made available. So obviously these are just level 1 cars. There will be, I guess, kind of more valuable cars. Probably there'll be some sort of pre-sale as well. Remember, this says this is the alpha. This is the public alpha launch. So this isn't the full game going live. There will, I'm sure, be airdrops around this sort of stuff. And we can see here actually. So we can see here these are the level 1 cars. So they just look like sort of souped up, sort of normal cars. And then we have some of these. These look like a bit more. A bit more special sort of racing cars. These are mid-level racing cars. So I guess as you'd expect in this sort of game, there'll be different races for different types of cars, and the more expensive NFTs will get you into better races. But to begin with, everyone's going to get these cars, and it'll be, I guess, kind of fairly skill based, because no one's going to have an advantage in having faster cars. So anyway, it's good to see, and it's interesting that Animoca Brands is sort of building out this kind of REV ecosystem. To obviously interest different people, but they all have the underlying same sort of token. So people can sort of move that around, and obviously that comes with strengths and weaknesses. I think we'll kind of see how that plays out. But there's no one really doing this where they're using one token across multiple games and sort of different sorts of games across different blockchains as well. I imagine that makes things very complicated if you're running this project, but it makes it interesting. And this sort of stuff obviously we can do with blockchains. It's very hard to do without using blockchain, so it's interesting from that point of view. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we are kind of all up for these great experiments. Find it really interesting. So please subscribe to the channel and find out what's going on in blockchain games. But thanks for watching this one, and see you again soon.